Let's start with dreams. I'm really interested in dreams. I think dreams are insane, especially if you lucid dream. That shit is fucking mental, dude. That intro, man, jeez. The War of the Worlds broadcast. Ah, he was reading the book and people thought it's real. Battle of LA was World War II. Okay, we're gonna watch the video and then I will know. I probably meant the War of the Worlds.
According to a study with over 5,000 people involved, the most common dream among both men and women is that your spouse is having an affair.
What? I've never had that in my life. Never once. I would have never thought. Do you? What? I feel like that's wrong. Aren't most dreams about trauma and horror stuff? I don't believe that for a second.
During most dreams, you won't be aware of the fact that you're dreaming, no matter how absurd or eccentric the dream might be. The reason for this is that the prefrontal cortex, the region of the brain responsible for things such as logic, is not very active when you're dreaming. This allows you to interact with the dream without really thinking about it, and thus things that would normally stand out and seem very strange and illogical is able to blend in.
That's interesting. That's why dreams seem normal to you, because your logic is turned off. But that's what lucid dreaming is. You can teach yourself to turn logic on and then you realize it's a dream.
But just because you're usually not aware of the fact that you're dreaming does not mean you can't be. It's something called lucid dreaming. It's basically when you realize within the dream that you are dreaming.
I want to make a poll real quick, and please don't lie. How many people in chat ever had a lucid dream? Please don't lie. I just want to see what you guys think. Do the poll, guys. Do the poll.
And can then, in some cases, take control of the dream and change it around however you like. There are numerous ways of achieving a lucid dream.
But I always feel like I had to unlock it once. You have to, like, unlock it. Like, you have to train yourself, and now I have it.
For example, you can try marking something on the palm of your hand. Every time you notice the marking during your waking hours, question yourself if you're awake or asleep. Eventually, you may start seeing the marking on your hand in your sleep and realize that it is in fact just a dream.
Oh, 50-50, wow. Dude, 50% of chat don't know what that is? It's the, like, Lisa also doesn't know what it is. It's the craziest experience I've ever had in my life. I could talk about this for hours. You are literally waking up in your dream and you can do what you want. It's so fucking crazy. I remember everything, man. I remember dreams where I was, dude, I swear to God, that shit is it's like the heaviest drugs. I remember, man, I was in a dream, whatever, and you become sentient. You become like, it's like you're really in a dream and you're like, oh, holy shit. It's me, and you can move your arm and everything, and you have superpowers. I remember, man, there was like a guy, and I'm like Neo from the Matrix. I'm doing like fucking force fields and shit, and it feels so real. It feels like you're really there. It's so crazy, bro. It's unbelievably crazy.
Most of our dreams involves the use of our sight.
Like, it's so cool when you have a nightmare, like you're getting chased, right? You know when you're getting chased in a dream, you're like... and then boom, lucid dream, and you're like...
Every person you see in your dreams is someone you've seen in your life.
That is the coolest shit ever, man. You just fucking kill all the zombies.
The sense that we can visually perceive things using our eyes. So what does that mean for people who's been blind from birth? Do they even dream at all? Actually, not only do they dream,
that blows my complete mind. That blows my mind. If you're born blind, how do you even dream? Blah. Second one, listen to this. If you are born deaf, you can't think in a voice like you're thinking, right? TommyKay is fucking an idiot, man, but his content is still better than others. You think in speech, right? You're thinking stuff. How do deaf people think? They don't know what speech is. Blah.
But their dreams are usually about the same type of things. However, as they have never experienced the sensation of sight, they do not dream using images, but instead they dream using the rest of our senses, with the dominant one being sound. But there's not a difference though, as it has been found that blind people has a lot more nightmares, around 20% more actually. The reason for this is still not known.
Scary.
Most other animals can dream as well. Humans are pretty average dreamers at best, while dolphins experience quite minimum time of dreaming. Opossums and armadillos, though, are among the most prolific dreamers.
Armadillos are the biggest dreamers. Every time I see a non-sub now acting tough and shit, I will call him an armadillo.
A lot of ideas and inventions actually came to people while dreaming. To name a few, the sewing machine, the theory of...
I will never forget, I truly believe in this, and I think there's even studies to this. When I was in school and I had to learn a poem, you know, you have to learn poems in school. When I will lucid dream, I will study the poem inside my dream, and then the next day will be good at the poem because of the dream. You literally can learn in lucid dreams. I swear to God,
Relativity by
I think
Albert Einstein,
that
Google, the periodic table, insulin.
It's like you learn something. You learn martial arts. If you're a regular lucid dreamer, you will keep training martial arts in your dreams, man.
And X-ray vision. Most dreams occur during something called REM, or Rapid Eye Movement Sleep, that occupies about 25% of the total time you're asleep. During this stage of sleeping, you're basically in the deepest sleep possible. But something interesting happens when you're in...
I had some dreams in my life that were so fucking insane. I want to really talk about this. I sometimes had lucid dreams, or just regular dreams, that were so crazy. They felt life-changing. They felt like a religion. They felt like I just licked on the craziest frog, man. I will never forget, I talked about this once before. I can say this, she understands. I once was in love with a girl, right? And it ended very bad, blah, blah, blah. And I was really fucked, right? I was really, for a long time, I was like, fuck, I couldn't get over it. I then slept one night, and I had a dream. And that girl was in my dream, and we just sat somewhere, I don't remember, and I was in the dream, and I was like, listen, girl, I'm sorry for everything that happened. I wish you all the best. I woke up the next morning, and I felt so much better all of a sudden. Dude, they literally have a therapeutic, religious fucking... There's... Dreams are crazy to me, man.
In this REM stage,
a lot of
your
stuff
body
is
becomes almost completely paralyzed. This is so your body won't act out your dreams while you're sleeping. A very scary side effect of this, though, is that if you're suddenly woken up from this stage of deep sleep, there's a chance of you experiencing something called sleep paralysis.
I've never had that. I think I've had that. I know what that is. I remember I was like a kid, and you sleep in bed, and you wake up, okay, the day is starting. Wait, what the fuck? I can't move. The point is, though, that never scared me. Because I was always like, well, I keep sleeping then. I was never scared. I was like... Because I understood in my brain, this is just temporary, like it's just some fucking bullshit, so just fucking close your eyes and you're
phenomenon in which you are completely awake, but you're still unable to move. Your body is basically transitioning from your paralyzed sleep state to being fully awake. Many people who's experienced sleep paralysis...
Well, you know, the funniest thing is when you wake up and like you slept on your arm and your arm is gone, and you're like, the fuck? Oh the fuck! That is so weird, right? And then you're like, come on, man! Come on, bro!
This has recorded feelings of extreme fear and seeing things such as a person or creature in the room with them.
I've never seen a demon.
Of course, all the while not being able to move.
That sounds insanely scary. Wait, you see demons? I've never had that. You're paralyzed and you see a demon. What? Oh, you guys have that? Oh! Oh, jeez, that must be insane. Imagine it happens to a kid, man. Bruh, what? Habibi, Alter. Die reden hier von Dämonen, Alter, und die macht hier Stress.
Oh, I'm gonna be sleeping so good tonight.
I've never had that. The thing is, though, as you get older, you don't see demons anymore, because you realize life is fucking stupid anyway, and the real horror is humans. Like, you don't get scared anymore. When you're fucking 16, you're so afraid of horror movies, and now you're 30, and I watch horror movies, and I'm like, the biggest horror movie is the news.
In cases when REM sleep isn't working as it should and doesn't actually paralyze the person, people start acting out their dreams in real life while sleeping.
Another thing that's really crazy to me is people that sleepwalk. Like, you walk around the house not knowing. That's fucking crazy to me.
AKA sleepwalkers.
That's
there have been
insane.
many reports of people doing crazy things while sleepwalking.
I used to have a colleague in the supermarket who was a sleepwalker. He literally went to his neighbor's house and fucking took stuff out of their fridge, and they woke up and they're like, "Sir, what are you doing here?" And he was like, "Don't worry, bro."
Things such as jumping from a building to their death, having sex with strangers, burning down their house, and drawing paintings which they have no reason.
Imagine you fucking die because you're jumping off a roof as a sleepwalker. What a fucking shit way to die. Like, you might as well not even just start the whole gameplay. The fuck? Thank you, Incompetent Dude, for 1 fucking year, brother. Thank you, man.
Collection of later when they wake
What
up.
an unnecessary death.
So what's the cause of our dreams? What is creating them? Turns out we actually know this one. It's a chemical our brains produce while we're asleep called dimethyltryptamine. Yeah, that's right, I spent half an hour to be...
I've woken up to sex twice. Jeez, I remember... You guys remember Epic Mealtime? Harley, the host of it, used to be a big YouTube channel. He was on the H3H3 podcast, and he talked about sleepwalking stories, and he said he would often wake up and he would have sex with a girl, like his girlfriend, because his sleepwalking self would start having sex with his girlfriend, and he would be like, wait, what? I'm fucking?
Able to pronounce
like,
that shit.
Fuck,
I mean,
man?
Look at it. It's like they took the alphabet and thought, how can we fit every single character into a word? And then they just put an uppercase D at the front and gave up halfway through. But this chemical
like.
or drug can actually be produced synthetically, and when ingested produces some serious hallucinogenic experiences, often completely losing touch
DMT?
with external...
Have you tried DMT? When I listen to Joe Rogan, DMT sounds fucking interesting, man. But I'm too scared and I don't want to. Maybe one day when I'm like 85 and my life is over, I will take a whiff and go to fucking Nirvana.
Reality. It's also appropriately called the dream drug. But why do we dream? What's the purpose of dreams?
Because it sounds to me, I'm not an expert, that taking DMT is like a heavily amplified version of a lucid dream.
Well, no one knows for sure, at least not yet. However, from a Darwinian perspective, dreams would have to fulfill some kind of biological requirement and provide some benefit for natural selection to take place. And there is something called the threat simulation theory. It says that dreams functions as a sort of training to simulate dangerous events. It could, for example, have evolved to protect ourselves from predators back in the very early days of mankind. Basically, think of it as a simulation that our brains executes to observe how we would react in a certain situation without actually...
But what if real life is also simulation to
putting
train
ourselves
something?
in any type of danger? And a big thanks to Plethrons for